Dark Squad, I gotta be honest with you, this video might contain some coarse language. I'm gonna try and censor it throughout, but if that's not your thing, feel free to click off the video. I've got some other videos coming up in the works. But with that gobbledygook out of the way, we need to talk about the Reckless Ben and Bricks and Minifigures situation, because I don't think I've ever seen a more corrupt company alongside the police department. The situation is genuinely, like, it's fucking insane. If you don't know what's going on, essentially, to give you the long story short, this guy named Brian tried to sell off his LEGO Star Wars collection to Bricks and Minifigures worth, I believe, around $250,000 US in a consignment deal where pretty much Bricks and Minifigures would sell off the sets, they would take a small cut, and then they give the rest to Brian, who was selling his dad's collection in order to, I believe, pay for his kids' college. And unfortunately, during this, his dad also did get extremely sick. So it is a really horrible situation for that family, as during that deal, Bricks and Minifigures, I guess they switched to owners, and those new owners thought, go f*** yourself, we're actually taking all the sets for ourselves. We don't care that your dad's dying. We don't care about your kids going to college. We want our sets. And that is essentially what began this whole scandal, as they trespassed the family from Bricks and Minifigures, would never respond, and to quote Bricks and Minifigures, if they tried to take it in court, they could just sue them to the absolute ground, or something like that. I guess not to quote them. Again, I guess all of this is alleged, but we literally have all the proof and everything we need. But this is where the YouTuber Reckless Ben steps in with so far his 2-part documentary series and a whole bunch of responses, and that led to this entire situation blowing up during the internet. And I thought it was finally time to give my 2 cents on the situation, as I was waiting for this situation to resolve, but at least as of the time I'm recording this video, I might get this out a day or so later, it seems like we might be waiting a long time for this situation to resolve. As just today, Reckless Ben has posted another update video, pretty much announcing that he can't post part 3 without him going to jail and him losing all the court cases and all the GoFundMe money that was raised for the LEGO Star Wars collection, all because of Bricks and Minifigures' lies and police corruption. And I have never seen such self-sabotage from a company. Like, Bricks and Minifigures has way more than enough money to have either just paid off the situation by now, or just bought and given back the sets, or at least given back the sets that they still have, and pay the remainder of what has already been sold off. But no, it seems Bricks and Minifigs thought that they would get away with this situation, and no one would know the absolute shadiness that they have gone on to do to this family and YouTuber, literally having to flee the country because of how many lies they made up to the cops. The leaked body cam footage, it's genuine insanity. It is actually fucking insane. And if there's one thing I've come to learn as an adult, especially with this Bricks and Minifigure situation, is that the world is unbelievably corrupt and unfair, and it doesn't matter if you're in the right. When we I don't even know where, this is just like a rant video, I guess at this point. I'm all over the place, but it's like, in some of the leaked body cam footage, we could literally see the cops trying to plan with that evil, bald motherfucker about how to get Ben arrested, when he is literally going about the legal process for everything, just trying to get this dude his LEGO sets back. Which, by the way, Ben, anyone who's watching this, the plural for LEGO, fun fact, is Lego. Oh my god, I cannot express how much it pisses me off when I hear somebody say Legos. It is like stabbing my ears with a knife. In fact, I think that might be more comfortable than having to hear that word. Please in part 4 or 5, whenever we get there for the grand ending, switch it to Lego, please. I can't deal with that shit anymore. But at this point, Dork Squad, I'm at least calling in my community for a complete boycott of bricks and minifigures. We cannot stand for this as a community. This entire year has honestly been a bit of a shit show when it comes to LEGO. Overpriced sets, skyrocketing aftermarket, especially when it comes to the Ninjago aftermarket, scalpers galore. I mean, this right here is a mass-produced set that was flying off the shelves, not from people who wanted it, but from people who were buying like 8 copies to then go resell on Marketplace and Bricklink and all that for double, even triple the price I saw on some Marketplace listings. Keep in mind, a mass-produced set that will be releasing for like the next 3 years. And then don't even get me started on the rising prices of just some minifigures alone. Back to the bricks and minifigures situation, I can't endorse supporting this company at all, especially with the scumbags that are the CEOs of it. Now, you might be thinking, a lot of bricks and minifigure shops are locally owned. Yeah, they are part of the franchisees. It really is a tricky situation here because they are locally owned shops in a way that families have put thousands of dollars into being able to get that franchise license, get the property, renovate the stores, get all the sets in there. And the people that I did meet during that bricks and minifigures video were some great people. And this is not a dig at any of the personal or any of the bricks and minifigures. What's the word I'm trying to think of? The owners of the individual stores that aren't doing this shady, scummy trash. I really do feel sorry for these, but we can't support any bricks and minifigures for the sole fact that the money you spend at bricks and minifigures, a cut of that does go to the CEOs. Yes, that actual Dr. Robotnik looking motherfucker with the evil, twisty mustache. Like, genuinely for a second here, Dork Squad. Sometimes it just fits the bill. Sometimes the look fits the crime, and this is one of those situations. You've got the bald dude, literally with like the most evil smirking grin in all of the body cam footage, which I will leave links to every video you need for this story down below if you don't know about it, and I just sound like a yapper going on about nothing. And then again, the second owner, twisty evil mustache. Yo, you genuinely could not look more like Super. We got Lex Luthor and Dr. Robotnik out here as the CEOs of bricks and minifigures. Oh my god. I recommend finding alternative stores to bricks and minifigures. If you're in Canada and around the GTA area, a little bit outside of it, there's a great second-hand LEGO store that is a lot like bricks and minifigures, but it is family owned and operated, I believe, called Bricks and Blocks. Great people over there. I've gotten some great sets from there. I mean, if you watch my Dragon Forge stream, that is literally where I got my Dragon Forge set sealed. I've been there many times. Great people. It's a fun place to be. There's also Bricklink, eBay, obviously the official LEGO store, Facebook Marketplace. There are so many other places you can go to than bricks and minifigures. And I know it's more so just kind of like a US thing. I'm not sure what other options you would have in the US for like in-person stores, but as a community, we need to come together and show companies like this, just like we did with the rising prices of Ninjago sets and minifigures, that we're not going to stand for this. Like, this isn't something that the community is going to accept and just wash over. I would like to know the thought process behind the whole situation, right? You have this guy, he comes to your company, you allow consignments, you make the consignment deal, the owner switches, and then you tell the guy to f*** off, we're gonna steal your LEGO, and you try and do anything about it, we're gonna sue you into the ground. It's just insanity. And then the complete and utter incompetence of the police department is just baffling. After literally confirming on the phone that a court order was real and Ben was there to serve that bald evil bastard, the cops arrested Ben because the bald man said, "Oh, it's fake. oh, it's fake. Oh, it's fake. Go. This situation genuinely does get me a little mad. If there's one thing I hate in the world, it is corruption and unfair justice. I believe in justice. Call me crazy, but that's what I believe in. And you can bet your sweet bippy I am preying on the downfall of Bricks and Minifigs, and I will be celebrating the day that these two actual villains are rotting inside of a cell for, hopefully, the rest of their lives. I mean, that's probably not gonna happen. They'll maybe get like 10, 15 years. I don't know. But, I mean, they have racked up quite a few false charges. Like, not only stealing Lego and then refusing to get served, but lying to the police officers, wasting police resources by sending like 5 cops in a row to Ben when he was just trying to serve him the legal way. And then the absolute craziest part, the tip over the iceberg, or whatever the f***ing saying is them calling into the police department and sending in fake bomb threats, fake murder threats, and all that, saying that Ben had said he was gonna go in, murder the CEOs, bomb the place, when we know absolutely none of that happened. And some fucking how, the court system down there, I don't know, like, are they refusing to watch the footage? Like, genuinely, what is going on to the point where Bricks and Minifigures is able to get a court order for Ben not to be able to release part 2? He can't even say Bricks and Minifigures anymore because of this court case and risking everything. It is absolutely ridiculous. All over, literally pieces of plastic. It is genuinely pathetic. These two douchebags are actually some of the lowest life forms you could ever come across on this planet, and I wish nothing but the absolute worst for them. Like, literally nothing but the worst. All I could say is here on the Garmador channel and with the Dork Squad, we stand with Ben Schneider, and I would like to hope and think that my community is going to join in on the Bricks and Minifigures boycott. I cannot express this enough. We can't support this company at all. This is genuine, like low tier evil, but still evil. And lastly, to tack on to the end of the video here, for those of you who are wondering where I've been, I'm working on one pretty big scripted video, and I am doing a review finally of the Tournament of Sources, because I did never get to review it back then during the whole leak situation because of yeah, literally almost lost my channel during that leak. But I'm working on one video that I really don't want to spoil for you guys, but it's gonna be a pretty intense and dark story that I think I found about Ninjago. It's gonna be fun. I don't know when it's gonna be out, but my review for the Tournament of Sources will hopefully be out by next week, and then I'm gonna have like some smaller videos throughout there, and hopefully I can bring back streams relatively soon. But with all that said, once again, a huge screw you to Bricks and Minifigures. You guys absolutely suck, and again, I wish nothing but the worst for you. But, you know who I do wish the best for? My wonderful channel members for supporting the channel, videos, and streams just like this. Reminder, when we hit 10k subscribers, we will be interviewing Brent Miller, the voice of Zane, here on the channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so we can make that interview happen. With all that being said, once again, screw you, Bricks and Minifigures. I'm Garmadork. This was all alleged. And I will see you, Dork Squad, in the next video. Peace out.